Hey, what's up, family and friends? It's your boy, motivational speaker to the masses, bringing these hits. If you're watching this video replay, please fast forward 2 minutes as I invite my family and friends, as I invite my other outlets while I'm on here now. So thank you all. Minutes, and I'll be right back to break this bread with you. As you come on, please, by all means, please come on and give me a thumb. Let me know you're out there, because with this new outlet, it's hard for me to know what's going on out there. So if you would, please do that. I'm sharing it right now. I see we already have 4 eyes already out there. If you would, shoot me a message to let me know you're out there while I share this so we can break some bread together. I want to acknowledge everybody that, you just give me a little bit of your time at night. That means a lot, because you all, what's up, Rajetta? You all what really make this worth doing. And I especially love having the Camo Nation, because you all elevate conversation. Y'all are amazing. Again, if you're watching this via replay, go ahead and fast forward 2 minutes as I'm sharing this to outlets. Hey, Tashana, how you doing? Tashana, how you doing? Night, thank you for joining us tonight. Oh yeah, we got some real. Hey, what's up? What's up, Winifred? We got some real people out here waging war on mediocrity. I'm looking forward to this conversation tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got all that shared and posted on all my pages right now. Hey, what's up, Wanda? Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's break some bread. Y'all go ahead and let your mama, let your cousin them, let your sister and your brother and them know that the motivational teacher to the masses has just gone live, and he has some that's good nourishment for the soul. Yes, it is. So I gotta say, tonight is gonna be a little different. I mean, I know I am the motivational teacher to the masses. I know that I've been bringing them hits on YouTube. I know I've been bringing them hits on Facebook. But tonight is gonna be a different lesson tonight, because I think a lot of times in this world, like we stick with the motivation, but sometimes you gotta know that you're gonna have bad days. See, you live in this life and avoid pain for the rest of your life. We can't do it. So if we're going to have bad days, we need to know how to manage those days to where we get the most out of it. Today, I want to talk about the law of pain, 4 ways to turn your pain into purpose. And this is just coming off the 3 dimensions of purpose. Right now, I can tell you what season of right now, and the season of life that I am in. I believe God has you all in some of the same seasons in life. I think right now in life that it's all about purpose. It's all about purpose. It's all about that grind to get to the next level. It's all about you maximizing your potential, maximizing what God has already given you on the inside. What's up, Jay? We about to break this bread up, man. We about to break it up. I'm making sure that I got to share it everywhere. So tonight, the law of pain. So the motivational teacher to the masses today, I got to say, like I had to push my way through today. As I woke up this morning, and I'm gonna break realistic, and I'm coming right where you live. I'm coming right where you live. I woke up this morning. I saw the news. I saw the news about Ahmaud Arbery and how he was gunned down for just jogging. And today would have been his 26th birthday. I hope you did your 2.23 miles in honor of Ahmaud. And on the news this morning, I'm thinking, what a tragedy. As I was watching the news this morning, I saw where jobless claims soared to 14.7% of Americans are without a job right now. I'm going to break bread tonight, because if you're on this earth, you will not be void of pain at some point of time in your life. I saw this morning 20.5 million people lost their jobs in April. 20.5 million people lost their jobs in April, last month. Come on, man. Those are real humans who have families to take care of. They have kids, they have parents, they have responsibilities that they must meet. And that many people going without work, man. I don't think you're human if your heart doesn't kind of to some of those people. Yeah, I'm breaking bread. It's amazing. And me hearing all of that this morning, when I came for my meditation time, for my prayer time, for my growth time, man, that was heavy on my heart. And I said, man, if this is heavy on me, it's time for me to break bread. And I got to do it the only way the motivational teacher can do. Today, we got to break bread. All right, every problem introduces a man to himself. Let me break bread right now. Every problem you go through introduces you to yourself. Of us, we don't in times of when everything is going good, when everything is rosy in our life. Those aren't the times that we have the biggest growth spurts. If you talk to anybody that's done anything amazing, they'll tell you about the turning point in their life. When it was all going down, but God. When it was all going down, I got one phone call. It was all going down, and then I saw this revelation. I'm telling you, it's in these moments. I'm breaking bread right now. It's in these moments when us a revelation of who we are. I'm breaking bread. It's not until these moments when we really know what we're made of. See, some of us, we've built ourselves up because we've had a good run. We had a good run of 2-3 years in a row, and we've told ourselves we were awesome. But it's like this. Hey, Tina, thank you for joining us tonight. It's in times like this where you get to see what you're made of. And the motivational teacher to the masses coming right to your house tonight. I don't know your situation right now. I don't know if you've been laid off. I don't know if you've been furloughed. I don't know if you're unemployed. I don't know what your situation is right now, but this is heavy on my heart. And so I wanted to come on here and break bread tonight. Yeah. John Maxwell said, good measurement of bad experience leads to great growth. Let me read that one more time. That's a Selah. Management of bad experiences lead to great growth. See, everything in our life is not just going to be rosy. We're not just going to have days filled with sunshine, because we had too many days filled with sunshine. We never would appreciate the rain. And we got to understand that we go through seasons in life. Pain causes us to reach beyond. No doubt, T. Pain causes us to have to go to another level in our life. And I don't know where you are right, but it's time. I like how Les Brown said, we're either going in a storm, we're coming out of a storm, or we're in the midst of a storm. Welcome to life. And it's if we don't learn how to manage the breaking point, if we don't learn how to manage we never can walk in the totality of what God has given us. For what we know is that it rains on the unjust as well as the just. But like Maxwell said, good management of bad experiences. Right now, the economy, they have shown us during COVID-19 that America was propped up on a hoax. Make America great again. We're finding out now how great America really was. America was built on debt. America was built on false advertising, a strong economy. And in 2 weeks, we went from a roaring to now the jobless claims are record level like Great Depression. Right now. Oh, Aunt, can I go here? Hey, what's up, Elkie? Can I go here on a Friday night? And see, most of us, let me break bread. And see, most of us had gotten where we had put our faith in this roaring economy. We had gotten where we were believing that we can do things based on how it was out there. And like the stock market was all-time highs and companies were spinning off other companies. They were splitting the stocks. And we were believing that this economy can take me to the top. Man, let me break bread. Don't ever. Let me break bread right now. These things that you see are temporary and subject to change. This economy was built on a faulty foundation from the beginning. And see, most of us, we put too much into the economy and not enough in us. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. And not enough in God's provision for us. What's up, Tamara? Thank you for joining us. We put too much in this world system. And we don't put enough into what God has placed on the inside of us and what he's given us and placed in our own hand. See, most of us, I got to break bread. I had a conversation today with the young lady, and she was telling me she's unemployed right now. She was telling me she was unemployed. And I said, man, you were born, you got a creator. When God created you, he had you on purpose and on destiny. Unemployed. Like how Miles Monroe says, you've been deployed. Nobody can unemploy you when God has already deployed you. There's something you must be doing right now in this earth. You can't be unemployed. I don't care whose name is on my check. That does not change my assignment in this earth. It's no way we can be unemployed. You better believe that you're deployed. And we know that when we are deployed, that all things work together for our good. That's been called according to his purpose. I am breaking bread in here on a Friday. Woo! Hey, what's up, Christy? I'm bringing it right down. 4 ways to turn your pain into purpose. But before I can get into my 4, I got to help you understand that this is where the motivational teacher to the masses was. And I had to come down in my meditation time, and I had to motivate me. I had to motivate me. And I said, the best thing, and that's why I'm on tonight, the best thing that I could do in this moment, come out and help people understand that you are more than this economy, that you are more than what COVID-19, you are more than a statistic on a piece of paper. You are more than what they said about you. You are more than whatever happened to you. You're gonna have some days that's not gonna work. And I remember when I got laid off from my job in 2009. I had a nice, really good job, company car, company credit card, some of the best benefits. All my medicines were free. My wife was about 8 months pregnant with my oldest kid. We were living the dream. I got one phone call on a Friday that said we cutting back the sales force by 40%. Sorry, Aunt. Yeah. And they didn't have a place for me. I'm breaking bread right now. And that was in the midst of all of that that's going on at that moment. Pregnant. We got a house. We're married. We got all this stuff. We're trying to build this life together. And at the foundation, it got ripped from underneath us at that moment. I learned one good lesson at that moment. Y'all, I'm about to break bread right now. I'm about to break bread. Our assignment on this earth. You better talk to him, Elkie. Hey, y'all, please chime in this conversation. Type, elevate it. Let me know what y'all got going on out there. If you got something that you can add to this conversation, put it on there and help elevate this conversation. So in 2009, with my wife being 8 months pregnant with my oldest son, I learned a valuable lesson. I learned it took me 24 to get over the shock of being unemployed. I learned one valuable lesson, that from now on, God will always be my source. And whatever God chooses to make my resource, I rejoice in God, and I will use the resource as long as God has given it to me. I'm breaking bread right now. If my company laid me off tomorrow, I walk away with a smile, understanding that it was never my source. I'm breaking bread right now. God can use, man, don't you know that God can use a donkey to bless you? Don't you know you can go down and reach in the water and pick up a fish and find coins out the fish's mouth? Don't you know that God can bless you 10,000 different ways, man? Come on. We can't get caught up in this world system that we believe that our maintenance or our end is tied to the economy. I'm breaking bread right now. I said this about 2 weeks ago. I said every man, every woman should have at least 5 streams of income. There were 5 rivers flowing into Eden. I'm breaking bread right now. You should have 5 streams of income. If you don't have 5, then right now, come on, we got to get moving. Like right now, and right now, the way this economy is, they're paying more money to work from home right now. Right now, the way this economy is, right now, is people sitting there doing nothing. Start your online business right now. This is the moment. This is where opportunity presents itself. And we got to be prepared in the day we have the opportunity to have good success. Yeah, I'm going to break that bread up. We got to have 5 streams of income. I'm breaking bread right now. You need 5 streams of income. That way, I'm telling you, God is your source. And he can use a lot of different ways to bless you. Don't just think that the only way I can, well, grandma told me to go get that job and to go work that job and to get them good benefits and get me a good 401k and then going on and retire there and get me a gold watch. That's what grandma told us. That's what granddaddy told us. I'm telling you now in 2020, that doesn't work. You cannot depend on an economy that's built with the foundation of debt. I'm breaking bread right now. You can't depend on a system where there is no justice. You depend on a system that only wants you to fare well. This economy is good with just you faring well. I got some people chiming into this conversation. Christy, before I formed you, I knew you. Before you were born, I got you and ordained you as a prophet. No doubt God has a plan for us. Tashana, online business, started my first slide shoe business. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you will miss 100% of the shots you never take. You never can tell which one is going to be the one to take you out of loader bar. I'm breaking bread and I hadn't even got anywhere where I needed to be. Every problem introduces a person to his or herself. I'm breaking bread. I'm breaking bread right now. What I know about bad experiences. Come on now. Everyone has them. It rains on the just as well as the unjust. Everybody has bad experiences. No one likes bad experiences. I'm breaking bread right now. But you know what? Dennis Worley said, expecting the world to treat you fairly because you are good is like expecting a bull not to charge you because you are a vegetarian. Don't you know when you're in this world, you're going to have trials and tribulations? I'm breaking bread right now. Have trials and we're going to have tribulations, ladies and gentlemen. But if we stick to what God has given us and has called us to do, it doesn't matter. See, I don't function by this world. I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I don't function by this city. I mean, by what goes on in this world. I don't care. I hate to say this, and I'm being completely honest. Let me tell you, let me finish my story in 2009. 2009, I was laid off. I had to give back my company card. I had to give back my credit card. I had to give back my healthcare benefits. And my wife and I put in some applications, and I decided to take a job that was a city we had never, a city that was my first time hearing of it. And I was like, okay, I feel like this is what we need to do in this. And she agreed, and we moved to a little small country town in Georgia. And in that small country town, she and I did an interview on last Monday night. If you haven't checked it out, go look at my feed. We did an interview together that was amazing. And we talked about that on Monday night, that those 3 years we moved to that small town where nobody knew us and we didn't know anybody, was the foundation of our marriage. Is that's the place where we learn how to depend on one another. That's the place where we learn each other. So God was taking this, I call it worldly situation. I mean, because you lose your job, you lose all this stuff, and it's real bad. I took 24 hours to cry, moan, complain, and then after that, I had to get back to business. He took that situation, which I thought at the time was like, my world is falling. I was chicken, ladies and gentlemen. I was chicken little. I was running around. Oh my God, what we gonna do? It took me 24 hours to shake the dust off. Dottie Peoples, y'all know me. It took me a little while. I shook the dust off, and we decided to make that move, and that became the foundation of our marriage. In those 3 years, those were the 3 years where we learned each other. We were broke going there, and when we came out, we had a few dollars. That's where we learned the Dave Ramsey system of budgeting our money, and we were able to save money like never before. Why? Because we had to get brought down in order for God to build a character in the foundation of this relationship in order for us to thrive together. I'm breaking bread. So what I thought was for my harm, boy, I'm about to break bread right there. What they thought was for my harm, God turned it around and made it a positive. And I stand here today telling this story. Why? So that you can be encouraged about whatever situation you're in. I'm telling you right now, greater is he that's on the inside of you than he that's in this world. I'm telling you to be encouraged about whatever situation you is, knowing that at the end of the day, baby, it has to work together for my good. I just broke bread for somebody out there. Yeah. You're gonna get some stuff happen to you that you're gonna get an unfavorable diagnosis at the doctor at some point. You're gonna get, an unexpected bill. Your kids gonna something they weren't supposed to get into at some point in your life. Yeah, you're gonna get these moments. And what you do with that moment determines your level of manifest. Are you qualified for the Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. Some of you all right now, some of you all right now wonder why I just can't get ahead. Why can't you got to for the true riches? Would you give a 9mm to your 9-year-old? So why do you think God would give you $1 million when you can't manage 20? $20,000? Why would he give you $1 million when you can't manage $15,000? I'm breaking bread right now. You have to be and the test of time to manage the true riches. I'm breaking bread right now. Yeah, tough times are coming. Dennis Worley also said, rather than focus on the negative aspects of change, which is loss, focus on the adventure and say, what is next? We got to have, I know one of my friends said, we got to have an outstretched neck looking for what's next. I can't keep crying about what I lost, because if I keep crying about what I lost, my eyes are blurry and I can't see what I'm moving toward. I'm breaking bread right now. I can't keep looking in the rearview mirror because I'm going to miss what's in front of me. You got to understand, we move from glory to glory. You got to understand, we're going somewhere. Right now, we are going somewhere. There's a purpose. There's a plan for your life that I think Christy said it earlier, that he knew us before we was formed in the womb, that he already predestined us for greatness. Don't disqualify yourself from greatness by looking behind you. If you put your hands to the plow and look back, you're not fit for the true riches. You got to keep moving forward, because if he left you, or it left you, or they laid you off, understand you don't need that to get to where you ultimately supposed to be. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. You don't need that to get to where you're supposed to be. You got to keep looking forward. I was talking to another one of my friends today, and that work with municipalities, and he makes sure, like, if they wanted to do a road project or they want to do a bridge project, he would be the person that secure the funding for them to be able to do the roads and do the bridge. I appreciate that, Christy. Appreciate that, Tashana. So he would be the person that makes sure that they had the funds to do the roads, the bridges, or if they want to build another building, his company would make sure that they had the funds to be able to do it. So you know now that municipalities, that they've pretty much halted and stopped everything. So my friend had the ingenuity to where he took his company and they went from, in 3 weeks, yeah, I'm breaking bread. They went from loaning money and finding revenue for municipalities to now they went to having somebody mask and PPE. And so now, instead of funding for bridges and that thing, now he's selling the municipalities PPE and using all his, make sure they have masks and they have the face guard and they have all the stuff they need in order to fight this coronavirus. That was ingenuity. He used that ingenuity to shift this business model in 3 weeks to where it was still profitable. I'm breaking bread right now. And some of us are so busy looking what's behind us that we can't see the shift that's in front of us. Like God wants to take us to a new level in life, but we can't go because we're so focused on what's behind us. We're so focused on what went wrong, or we're so focused on news and how the economy is crashing. Oh, this is not the market for me to step out. Yes, this is the market. This is the time God can yield maximum results, because this is the time when a man, they made you. When the economy came, they made you. This is the time, if you were ever going and step out on your own and look for your fifth stream of income, this is the moment. Let me break bread. 4 ways to turn pain into purpose. I'm about to break bread. If you got notepads, you better write them. And if you all out there, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page, it's Williams Inspires. I'm dropping fresh videos daily. Y'all better holler at your boy. I'm telling you, I believe so much strongly in this COVID-19 period is a gift from God that I am dropping content daily, sometimes twice on my YouTube page. I believe that God has given us this gift of time. I'm telling you, some 30, some 60, some 100-fold, all depending on how you manage it. I'm breaking bread right now. It's time to get to the next level. 4 ways to turn pain into power. Number 1, everybody know this one. What's up, Mom? Choose a positive mindset. I just broke bread right there. Choose a positive mindset. And notice my choice of words. Choose. We have the opportunity to choose. I mean, I hear people so many times in my profession, being the motivational teacher to the mass. When I counsel people or when I'm coaching people, I hear so many stories about how I don't know their story and I don't know what they've been through and I don't know how bad their life has been. I hate to sound insensitive, but everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And you know what? No matter how bad our story is, it's somebody with a worse story. I'm breaking bread right now. And so most of us, we tend not to look on the positive side of the story. We tend to mostly gravitate toward what's wrong. For example, I can talk about my dad and say my dad wasn't there for me. I can say my dad didn't do a bunch of things for me. I could talk about my dad was in and out of prison my whole life. But you know what? That's not the side I tend to dwell on. You know the side I dwell on, and you heard me say it on these talks before. I said my dad outperformed his dad. My dad didn't know who his dad was. Just by the simple fact of my dad, me knowing my dad and my dad being there a little bit, he outperformed his dad. That's the side I tend to dwell on. Man, he did a job because he could have easily got my mom pregnant, walked away and never knew and never came back and said anything like his dad did him. But no, he chose to be there however much he could when he was there. And I dwell on that side. Why? Because that side, now it gives me power that I can say, hey, Aunt, now it's that version of what my dad did and put an exponent on top of it. Let's take it to the 15th power. That gives me the authority. Now I got the power. Instead of him having power over me, and I'm angry because what he didn't do for me, what I saw my friend dad do, and blah, 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 blah. Now that his ghost has the power in that situation. But in this situation, I have the power because he outperformed his dad. That's how I tend to look at the situation. We all got stories. You can either tell yourself a story to where it's crippling to you, or you can tell yourself a story to where it gives you unlimited source of power. Boy, I'm breaking bread up in here, boy. I don't know about y'all. If I had to social distance with anybody, it would be the motivational teacher to the masses over this camera. I'm telling y'all, boy, I'm breaking some bread up in here tonight. I got to tell y'all, I've been going back listening to my own videos. And man, every time I listen to it, I get something new. And I'm like, man, was that me? Where did that come from? I never studied that. And so I just enjoy sitting here in front of this camera because when I go back, I'm going to learn. I love E.T. I love David Goggins. I love all those guys. I love all those guys. Trust me, I do. I love them. But I am my number one motivational speaker. I'm being honest. I am my number one motivational speaker. As I drop these YouTubes, they keep becoming more and more fire. Y'all better get at your boy. Choose a positive mindset. 6 characteristics to a positive mindset. Write them down. Number 1 is optimism. Number 2 is acceptance. Number 3 is resilience. Number 4 is mindfulness. Number 5 is gratitude. And number 6 is integrity. 6 characteristics of a positive mindset. I'll run through those one more time for you all. Optimism, acceptance, resilience, mindfulness, gratitude, and integrity. I got some people chiming into this conversation. Hey, Tanya, thank you for joining us. Ariane, thank you for joining us also. Turn that tragedy into triumph, no doubt. It was meant for us to change it into that way. Yep. Thank you, Elka. I'm her number one motivational speaker. Thank you, Elka. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. But I'm telling you, I listen to this stuff and I sit here and I do my workouts because now we bound the home workouts. I have me playing in the background and I was like, man, that was good. That was awesome. And I'm taking notes on my own stuff these days. That's why I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, you can get to where you want in life. Trust me on this. You can get, I don't care what you think you don't. I can tell you what I know about you is that you have it in you. Don't settle. Don't settle. But you got to get a strong growth plan. Like I go back and listen to my own stuff 2-3 times a day. I'm challenging you to do the same thing. Maybe you don't listen to me 2 and 3 times. Maybe you just listen to me once and then you find somebody else you enjoy and you listen to them because you got that mindset. This is the number one limiting factor to everybody that can't get to where they want to go. I told you, the majority of people I talk to, it's the story that they tell themselves that usually makes them not succeed in life. It's the story that we tell ourselves. We got to change that. In order to change that, we got to change our mindset. 4 ways to turn your pain into power. Number 1, you got to have a positive mindset. Number 2, which is huge. We got to validate ourselves. We got to validate ourselves. It's amazing that the eyes I see looking at me, y'all are amazing. I know you all. We've been here before. We hang out together at least once a week. I know that. But a lot of times, man, it's our own self-beliefs that impose us from becoming what God is us to be, the 2.0 version of yourself. That's the limiting factor that's keep us from unleashing our superpower. Because we believe that God is omniscient. We believe God is omnipotent. We believe that God can do all things. But some of us, our question is, can he do it through us? I'm breaking bread right now. We have to date our own self. Man, listen at this. You are worthy to be loved. You are worthy to have more money at the end of the month, to have more month at the end of the month. You are worthy to have kids that love you and you love back. You are worthy to be able to walk out in the blessing that God has already given you. Worthy of all those things. You got to trust yourself that you got the goods to get it done. Don't ever doubt yourself. So long we've been told that when you speak highly of yourself, it's bragging. We've been told that you shouldn't, pride comes before the fall. But there's nothing wrong with you talking yourself up to put yourself in a different mindset. It's nothing wrong with you believing God has put more on the inside of you, that you should be outperforming your place in life. It's not that you're not content. It's just that I'm hungry for more. I'm breaking bread right now. Sometimes we've been fed this stuff, and some of these things are not even true. Some of those things are not even true. It's okay for you to hit yourself in your chest and say, I'm great today. I'm going to be great today. It's okay to look in the mirror and say, boy, you look good. It's okay to look in the mirror, flaws and all, and say, man, I wouldn't rather be nobody else in this whole world. Flaws and all. It's okay for you to love you. Fall in love with yourself. Go out and take yourself on a date. Go spray some perfume on you and talk about how much you love you and how much God has put on the inside of you. It's okay for you to love your crush on yourself for a day or two. It's so many of us that's looking for somebody else to love us, and we don't love ourselves. We don't even love ourselves. I'm telling you, if you discount your value in this world will not ever put you at a premium price. You better not discount your price and who you are. We got to come into the fact that I don't need a man to tell me I am. I'm awesome all by myself because God made me this way. And I got to get to the 2.0 version of myself. Man, don't get me on this. I don't need 400 eyes for me to know how awesome I am. I'm awesome with God's image and his likeness. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. I don't care when I'm in my sales role, my manager role here, and when I'm at my secular job. I ain't gonna never come, but I'm gonna tell you what, even if I did come in last, it don't change my level of awesomeness. You know why? Because I'm made in God's image and God likeness. And as long as I got a growth mindset, eventually, I'm gonna win. Y'all better talk to your boy out there. You gotta validate yourself. All right, 4 ways to validate yourself. And this, I'm gonna break bread right now. This is why I'm the motivational teacher to the masses, not the motivational speaker to the masses. I don't believe in that speaking. It'll rah-rah you for a minute, but if you don't have strategies and tactics how to deal, you'll always end up back in the same situation. You have to be increased. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You have to always be improving applicable knowledge. I just broke bread. Applicable being the key word, something that you can apply. Me telling you to go 120 don't change anything if on the inside of you, you don't believe you worth the 120. I'm breaking bread right now. All right, validate yourself. You might have lost your job. You might have been laid off. You know, right now you might be going through a tough time marriage from being at home with your spouse for so long. We can have a lot of things going on right now, but let me break bread with you right here for a second. In order to validate yourself, accept how without judgment. Yeah, that's number 1. Accept how you feel without judgment. Accept how you feel without judgment. I'm gonna come back to that point. I got some people chiming in here. Because you have to love yourself, love anyway. Tina, you just broke bread. Tanya, dig deep under those layers of insecurity, self-doubt, and disappointments to expose the internal beauty that is you. Boy, you better shake it off. My mom got to know who you are in Christ. Amen. But I would take that one step further. I think most of us do believe that God can do all things. It's just that we don't believe he can do them through us. I just don't think, I don't think our lack of faith is in God. The majority of our lack of faith is in us. It's though Tanya just said it. It's those insecurities, self-doubt, and disappointments that keep us covered up and guarded. Man, she broke bread right there. I'm telling you, God, ladies and gentlemen, your life, your heart's desire is on the other side of your self-improvement plan. All those things Tanya just said is what keep us from the 2.0 version of ourselves. We got to get rid of it. We got to move toward that direction. Accept your feeling without judgment. Yep, they let you go. They fired you. Yep, he left you. Yep, that situation didn't go your way. But that doesn't change who you are. One failure or two failures doesn't mean you're not awesome. One of my friends and I, we started an apartment restoration company. We did it for about 8 months. We made good money, and then boom, the bottom fell out, and we didn't get another. Because the owners got into something. They ended up having to sell the majority of the property, so it was no more restoration. But that doesn't mean we ain't awesome. We were doing it. We did quality work. So that doesn't change. That doesn't change my identity of who I am. When I started doing these motivational talks, when I was doing them for the first year for free, break bread, and when I did it the first year and a half for free, and I was improving and I was growing, but at the same time, on the inside of me, I knew the motivational teacher to the masses was there. I just knew I had to do enough speaking engagements to be able to unleash him. I'm breaking bread right now. So it might not be that it's supposed to be great today, but you need to start today so it can be great tomorrow. You need to start today. It don't have to be great to start, but you got to start eventually for it to be great. That's what I'm saying. So don't judge yourself too harshly based on what did or didn't work. Number two, don't let frustration lead to shame. Don't let frustration lead to shame. And this is one I see a lot. Is that some people have had so many failures that now they like, I should be here and I'm not here. If I had done this 20 years ago, I'll be here today. Now you've allowed your frustrations fall to shame. Shame is not in God's armor for a warrior. If you're waging war on mediocrity, shame is not in your armor. So if that's you that said, man, if I had done this back then, I'd be in a different place. Man, it's time to let go of that stinking thinking and get moving today. You got to understand, God will let the cankerworm stole. Colonel Sanders was 65. He went to over 1,000 places trying to sell his chicken recipe. At 65 on Medicare Part D, with a little bit of check that he was getting per month, and who's just buying gas trying to sell that chicken recipe. Don't up on what you believe that God has put on the inside. My definition of faith is faith all at the end of your comfort zone. So don't let frustration. Number three, I talked about this last Monday on my Motivational Monday. Play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. A lot of times we are Michael Jordan trying to play golf. Terrible. Average at best. We're Tiger Woods trying to play in the NFL. Terrible. Average at best. We're Chadwick Boseman trying to play the piano. Terrible. You gotta get in the lane of which God has already given you. I suggest I've done the 3 dimensions of purpose. I've done 2 of them. I'm gonna do the third one on this Monday. I suggest you go back and listen to those messages I did, the last 2 of them. You can go on YouTube or you can go on Facebook. It's called the 3 dimensions of purpose, and find out, why am I here? You have to play to your strengths. The reason why you're depressed and you're hurting, oppressed right now is because you've been a fish out of water. You've been a cheetah with a tail cut off. You've never ran at maximum capacity because you're in the wrong lane. It's time to start figuring out, what has God given me, and let me move in that direction. And then number 4, we got to practice positive self-talk. I just broke bread. I'm telling you, you got to tell yourself how awesome you are. Bread right now. You got to see that there's genius on there. Maybe you don't believe it, that there's genius on the inside of you, but you got to make that positive confession, so much so to where you start believing it. I am awesome. I am the motivational teacher to the masses. How many times have you heard me say I'm the motivational teacher to the masses on these broadcasts? And a lot of times I might have 15 eyes on me, but that doesn't change the fact what's on the inside of me. Because it hasn't manifested doesn't mean that it's not there. I just broke bread. Sometimes you got to speak over yourself. Just like the song says, sometimes you got to speak over yourself and encourage yourself. Thank you, Tashana, in the Lord. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. You got to get there to where you're doing those things in order to validate yourself. Because one thing that I do know, if you have self-doubt and you don't have self-love, what I do know is you would take shortcuts. If that stuff is on the inside of you, you will be willing to cuts in order to get to where you want to be. And eventually, when you start taking shortcuts, you compromise your character and you compromise a lot of things, and ultimately end up being the demise, and your life become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, I knew our way wasn't going to last long. It's all because of what we believe about ourselves. I'm telling you, you can build it and the people will come, but it takes to build that character. I broke last Monday. Y'all got to go. I'm not going to spend too much time there. So you got to start validating yourself. All right. The third key is take responsibility. The third key, responsibility. I know the eyes out here looking at me. I know there's greatness out there. You got to take responsibility for your life. This is my life. God has given it to me. I don't know if you're married, me, God, and my spouse. We the majority. If God has called you to it, then he'll make provision for it. Believe you me, if it's in your heart, if God you and you have visions of grandeur and you dream, imagination floats toward it, then God is giving you something. It's time to start acting on it. It's time to start acting on it. Take responsibility for your life. You can't depend on a failed economic system. You can't depend on a justice system that only wants you to fare well. You can't depend on a system that says if you're born on this side of the tracks, you get opportunities that if you're born on that side of the tracks, you don't get. You look at New York right now. Right now, on one side of the track, they're arresting people for not having masks. And on the other side of the track, they're passing out masks to people that doesn't have them. Tell me if it's fair. Break bread, Aunt. Tell me if it's fair. You can't depend on a system that is not consistent. That's why I say I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I don't operate by this world system. I don't need a man to pat me on the back to promote me. Promotion comes from, you can look to the left or the right. Promotion, Lord, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what the system says. I don't care how unqualified they say I am. I don't care how I can't make it. Promotion doesn't come from the left or to the right. Promotion comes from the Lord. I'm breaking bread right now. I don't care. See, my system, I don't care what side. See, when you're in this world, you're not of this world. It doesn't matter the size of the track. See, God is a respecter of faith. Boom, I'm breaking bread right now. He is a respecter of faith. He don't care if you're white, black, yellow, Japanese, Chinese, Portuguese. It doesn't matter. He is a respecter of faith. Man, you got to get on that one. That's why we got to take responsibility for our own life, our own lot in life. We got to take responsibility. When we take responsibility, we remain powerless to influence our own life. We're just like a pawn. I was talking to one of my friends the other day. He's a pastor, and he and I had this conversation. He made the comment, everything that's happened good in my life, God did it for me. And then I said, so if everything that's happened good in your life, God did it. So everything that's happened bad in your life, the devil did it? Yep, the devil did it. I said, so a pawn tossed to and fro from God and the devil, depending on who's strong at that moment or whatever's going on. Like he made it where he had no control over his own life. I'm breaking bread right now. He made it where with God, the devil won't do me bad. It is what it is. No, you got to take responsibility for your life. You drive your own manifestation. I'm breaking bread right now. If you want to make six figures in your life, I mean, you want to make $100,000, you want to make $1 million, or you want a man to love you for who you are, you were looking for your Boaz, then you got to build that from the inside out. If you want a Boaz to love you, then you better have a mentality, and meaning that you know how to love Boaz when he comes to you. I'm breaking bread right now. I'm telling you, it's all about that growth plan and ourselves. And number 4, embrace and develop your creativity. Embrace and develop your creativity. You know what? It's okay that you're made. You were made how you are because of why you are. Man, let's get moving in the direction of our purpose and our dreams. Tanya, chiming into this conversation. Sad to say, some people won't take responsibility unless it will benefit them. That's sad, because if you don't take responsibility, you can never get to the top of the mountain. You'll be like the children. You'll be like the children of Israel, walk around the mountain for 40 years. We got to get moving in that direction. Elke, he gave us free will. Tashana, kingdom thinking. Yep, break bread. Elke, we need to have faith and know his words and his promises. And walk in what we know. Or destroyed for lack of knowledge is the truth if I ever heard it. The reason why most of us don't get to the promised land, and I'm not talking about heaven, I'm talking about why we don't get to the promised land of maturing our destiny on earth, is because we don't know what's been promised. We all the promises of yes, amen. So why in the world are we taking our gifts back to the grave with us? Why are we taking the potential back to the grave with us? God gave it to us to manifest on earth. My gift was meant to make room for my children's children. I'm breaking bread right now. It was meant to make room for my children's children. We got to get moving in that direction. Embrace and develop your creativity. That's something special about you. Embrace that. When I was growing up, I was always taller than everybody. And so sometimes I'll be in the halls, I'll be slumped over trying to fit in, but God never created me to fit in. My height paid for my and gave me the foundation of my thinking by playing sports. So don't complain about how you are. Man, use it to your advantage. Well, you know what? They said I think outside the box. Celebrate it and think farther outside of the box. Do you not? Steve Jobs got kicked out of college. Bill Gates got kicked out of college because they said they were too thinkers. Well, then use that advantage and go create. Get farther outside. See how you get outside of the box by faith. What you come up with. And where you are, that's finding your talents and finding your gifts. Embrace it. A lot of times I heard Lionel Richie talk about him. When he was coming up, Lionel Richie sang a lot of love songs and that kind of stuff coming up, that from Tuskegee, Commodores and all that good stuff. And when he was coming up, he said he was going to be a homosexual because of how he felt, because how he felt, and he was real close to the girls, and he didn't play football and didn't play baseball, and so everybody thought he was going to come out and be homosexual. And Lionel Richie said that very gift that he had is what's made him almost $1 billion in this industry, because he was in tune with what women wanted. He was in tune with what couples wanted. And that allowed him to make the music that's formed his career. And he's still an executive. So don't embrace what it is they're trying to get you to change. I'm breaking bread right now, ladies and gentlemen. Embrace it. It will make room for you. Embrace it. It's been amazing tonight. I'm going to close the notebook up. I probably could go another 47 minutes. But I'm going to chime off this thing because y'all have been amazing tonight. Thinking outside the box is fire. You better believe it. Don't let them make you average. The only thing these people in this world want to do is make you average. So right now, they're willing to kill us off to get the economy going again. Right now, they only want to make us average. And you got to make a decision that I choose life. I know that greatness is on the inside of me, God, and I are the majority. I am the motivational teacher to the masses. Thank y'all for chiming into this conversation. If you have not, please go on YouTube, subscribe to Williams Inspires. If you have not, please go on Facebook, like Williams Inspires. If you have not, Waging War 32 on Twitter. Man, every day I am dropping. Y'all, we taking this thing to a whole nother level. I dare you to find somebody out there that's dropping fresh content daily. And I'm doing it because I know there is a winner on the inside of you. I want to keep you consistent. I want to keep you on your growth. I want to consistent in your life. One of the challenges of us doing this is consistency. It was 5 of us, 5 motivational speakers that started out with me. We all said we were going to support each other. We all said we're going to work together. We had grand enough doing these conferences together. I'm the only one still standing. Why? Consistency. And I know in order for some of us to be consistent, that I got to drop content daily. I'm willing to do it if you're willing to take it. I'm willing to do it if you're willing to take it, man. Let's get there. Man, there's a life eyes have not seen, ears have not heard with you, but it's gonna take you consistently growing. Join in the movement. Hey, y'all been amazing today. Thank you all so much for chiming in, man. And like I said, I started out today a little heavy, but after this right now, I am on fire. So until next time, I encourage you all to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy out.